Big news coming in. Naresh Goyal, the founder of Jet Airways, is now at the receiving end of a very detailed prosecution complaint that's been filed by the Enforcement Directorate before a court. The Enforcement Directorate had, of course, been investigating Naresh Goyal and members of his family as well in relation to a 538 crore rupee loan that Jet Airways India Limited had taken from Canara Bank. Of course, the exposure as far as loans are concerned to a consortium of other banks is also being looked into as far as Mr. Naresh Goyal is concerned. The special court has now said that it will take cognizance of this prosecution complaint that's been filed by the ED. And Goyal also appeared before the court via video conference and requested that his advocate be allowed to collect the copy of the prosecution complaint filed by the Enforcement Directorate on his behalf. Now, he had been arrested by the ED on the 1st of September itself, and the ED has also said that it's managed to now look into hundreds of bank accounts in the name of Mr. Goyal and also his family members, along with the accounts of Jet Airways and some of its subsidiaries as well. And one of the allegations, of course, that appears in the prosecution complaint is that this 538 crore rupee loan had been taken for one particular purpose, but had also been allegedly utilized for personal gains and needs. So those are some of the claims that have been made in this prosecution complaint against Mr. Naresh Goyal and some members of his family. He was apprehended by the Enforcement Directorate on the 1st of September, and all these claims are now part of a very detailed prosecution complaint that's been filed by the Enforcement Directorate before the court. Let me, in fact, go across to Radhika, who has some more details pertaining to what the prosecution complaint actually says. So, yes, Radhika, do tell us about what the details are.
That's right. So this is the prosecution complaint. In fact, Chargesheet that has been filed by Enforcement Directorate before the special court. In fact, it was submitted yesterday. The court took cognizance of it today. In fact, Goyal, his wife, and a few former company executives and unknown public servants and private persons are accused in this particular charge sheet. In fact, this is as part of the money laundering investigation into alleged bank fraud amounting to more than 500 crore. In fact, as far as the charge sheet goes, it talks about how parts of the loan borrowed from a consortium of banks that constituted proceeds of crime were allegedly diverted for personal gains, were used to purchase certain assets abroad, and that Goyal had in fact created various trusts abroad that are under agency scanner, and therefore the money used by trusts were proceeds of crime that was siphoned off from India. So this is what the agency has
serious
said.
Charges that have been levelled against Mr. Naresh Goyal. Radhika, thank you for filling us in with those details coming from the ED's prosecution complaint submitted before a court of law. We'll slip into a short break right now. We'll come back with more on the other side.